What's good in the interweb, subscribers, and welcome back to Drama with Ted and Tina. Today we're going to start a new cheating saga about a man who thought he had the perfect life, a stable job, a loving wife, and a marriage built on trust since high school. But one accidental email turned his world upside down. As her beauty business boomed, so did her secret meetings with a married man twice her age. What started as innocent career help may be something much more calculated. Now he's quietly collecting evidence, torn between heartbreak and strategy, because in an at-fault divorce state, proof changes everything. Let's get into it. I don't even know where to begin. Maybe there's no good way to say it. This is, hands down, the worst thing that has ever happened to me. I'm 30, a work-from-home software developer with a mostly quiet life. My wife, Sabrina, is 28. She's stunning, smart, and a gifted hair and makeup artist. Over the past few years, her career exploded, thanks in no small part to Mark, a middle-aged wedding venue owner with a Rolodex of connections and, apparently, an inability to keep things professional. Mark's in his 40s, married with 3 kids. His wife is attractive, sure, but Sabrina is something else entirely. And somehow, through Mark, Sabrina's career went from weekend gigs to local ad campaigns and small modeling shoots. I didn't think twice about it. Why would I? Our marriage felt solid. High school sweethearts, still best friends, regular date nights, a sex life that didn't feel tired or obligatory. She was attentive, thoughtful, the kind of wife you brag about without even realizing it. That's why the email hit like a sledgehammer. She had left her laptop open, a rare mistake, and a message from Mark popped up, not romantic, not even sexual, just logistical. A time, a place, and a casual reminder to keep things discreet. But the kicker at the bottom froze my blood. "You're incredible. I can't stop thinking about last night." Last night, the night she claimed to be stuck at a photo shoot, eating dinner with me afterward like nothing happened. I dug deeper. Most of their exchanges were boringly professional, but here and there were little slips, compliments that went a shade too far, mentions of the usual place, jokes about keeping it our little secret. Nothing that screamed love affair, but enough to paint a grim picture. I told myself maybe it was innocent, maybe I was misreading. Then I found the email about the hotel reservation. Both their names on it. Same place, same town, like clockwork. I started noticing things I had explained away before. The new clothes, the sudden wardrobe upgrades, lingerie tags in the trash when we hadn't been shopping together. Sabrina started grooming more carefully, even on days she claimed were just for running errands. I thought it was for me. I wanted it to be for me. There were nights she got home late, citing a chaotic bridal party or a photographer meltdown. I believed every word. After all, she would come home, cheerful, affectionate, initiating sex, even planning impromptu date nights. That's the part that tears me apart. I never felt her slipping away. If anything, I thought we were closer than ever. I started copying everything, every email, every shady message, every receipt, torturing myself by rereading them late at night, imagining scenarios that made my stomach turn. It's been going on for almost a year, right under my nose, as Sabrina's business grew and her excuses got more polished. The worst part is, I don't even think Sabrina loves Mark. She keeps him emotionally distant in the emails. He flirts. She deflects. He praises her beauty. She brushes it off with humor. "No, I miss you. No, I can't wait to see you." Just hotel bookings and guarded logistics. She even joked once, "Tell your wife that." But it doesn't matter. She's still cheating. She's still lying. And every morning I wake up feeling like someone swapped my real life for a nightmare. I haven't confronted her. I don't know how. Every time I think about it, I panic. Part of me keeps saying I need more proof, but maybe I'm just stalling. I live in an at-fault divorce state. We don't have kids. If I can prove the affair, I can avoid paying spousal support. That's cold comfort, though, compared to the idea that the girl I thought was my forever is sneaking around with a married man. Could she flip the story, smear me to our families? Before, I would have said no. But then again, I also would have bet my life she'd never cheat. And here we are. It's late, and I'm drunk, and maybe none of this will make sense in the morning. Maybe it will make even more. Sabrina's phone is password protected. Her laptop? Usually locked unless she slips. That last glimpse into her inbox was a fluke, a cosmic accident that cracked open reality. I knew if I wanted undeniable proof, I'd need to go full Reddit. So I did. I dove into subreddits, forums, weird blog corners, and came out armed like a discount Jason Bourne. First, I ordered cameras that looked like smoke detectors. I told her it was for a home insurance discount. She bought it. Then, I casually left a book out, How to Be a Great Husband Without Changing Your Wife. The look on her face when she saw it, sheer discomfort wrapped in guilt. That was confirmation in paperback form. Then came the VAR, a voice-activated recorder and a GPS tracker with Velcro. I tested the VAR by hiding it in a flower arrangement on our table and sat Sabrina down for a personal growth conversation. Have I ever abused you? Have I ever cheated? What could I do to be better? Her answers were textbook clean. No, and we should have sex more. Fair, considering my heart's been MIA ever since this whole thing started. But it wasn't for closure. I needed her voice recorded saying it, just in case she tries to rewrite history later. It's not that I think she would lie, it's just I didn't think she'd cheat either. So now everything's fair game. I uploaded the audio to the cloud, blacked out the VAR screen with tape, and cut headphone wires to silence it. Yeah, I learned all of this from Reddit. People mock that site, but let me tell you, it turns average husbands into spy-grade professionals with a Prime account and emotional damage. Let's roll back to Christmas. We were at her parents' house. Her sister, her brother-in-law, their kid, the usual Hallmark crowd. A gift bag showed up, addressed to Sabrina from Santa. A teenager supposedly dropped it off. It had a gold bracelet inside, one her family couldn't stop swooning over. When they asked where it came from, she claimed it was from a bridal party getting married on the 28th. Supposedly, they were so grateful for a last-minute deal that they sent a Santa gift. That's the lie she landed on. Sabrina must think I'm a toddler in a tuxedo. Bridal parties sign cards with names, not Christmas characters. I knew it was from Mark. I nodded like a trained pet while my in-laws followed my lead. I went to the bathroom before I said something that couldn't be unsaid. Later, I caught her in the backyard on her phone, pacing and gesturing like she was giving someone a verbal slap. I'd bet my soul she was chewing Mark out for sending the gift so boldly, so publicly, so stupidly. Then came New Year's Eve. She was supposedly meeting a bride who was being a nightmare about her big day. She said she'd be back in time to kiss me at midnight. She walked in sobbing at 1:30 a.m., locked herself in the bathroom, came out puffy-faced and shaky. When I asked what was wrong, she said she was sorry for missing the countdown. That's it. That was her story. I pressed. She stuck to it. He chuckles and starts to ramble on about her mission. His mission. She even pulled the whole romantic hands-on-my-face move and told me she loved me. I asked her straight up. She swore she didn't. I gave her an open runway to come clean. She chose to lie instead. Again. Since then, I've installed the cameras, the tracker, and the VAR under her seat. I've gone full detective, and now it's just a matter of collecting. I'll also be lawyering up quietly. My family loves her. Her family worships her. She's the golden child. If she paints me as abusive, some of them will believe her. I need irrefutable truth, clean audio, clean video, unshakable reality. Until then, I'll be here. Deep in Reddit, sharpening my case. Every click, every post, one step closer to the kill shot. VAR sealed it. Sabrina's definitely cheating. Shock, right? Color me surprised. I already have a lawyer. Hell, I was shopping for one like holiday gifts before Christmas even hit. Thanks to Reddit and my slowly imploding sanity, I now know I need a private investigator too. Because apparently catching your wife dry-heaving guilt into her best friend's phone isn't enough. You need receipts, photos, and possibly a marching band. My dad's taking out a HELOC on his house to help pay for it. Nothing says family bonding like mortgaging your future because your daughter-in-law can't keep her legs closed. I went through the car recordings, typical Sabrina stuff, business calls, Taylor Swift screeching, pretending she's living her best life. Then came the good part. First call, Mark. She's mad about the Christmas gift, furious that he almost blew their cover, and pissed about being stuck out late on New Year's Eve. Mark? Total cocky jackass. Until she mentioned I asked if she was cheating. Then suddenly he's panicking like a cat in a bath, grilling her if I said his name. He didn't, idiot. He told her to keep lying, wipe her phone clean, and they'll just talk next time they meet. Yeah, buddy, maybe in court. Next up, Bev. Sweet, innocent Bev. Mutual friend, Bev. The let's double date and swap dessert recipes, Bev. Turns out she's been coaching Sabrina on how to keep lying to me, cheering her on like it's the damn Olympics of infidelity, telling her to cover her tracks and maybe, just maybe, quit banging Mark before I catch on. I'm definitely going to be sending Bev's husband a little care package once I check with my lawyer. Merry late Christmas, Bev. Hope your marriage survives your moral compass. By the way, everyone who said consult top lawyers so she can't hire them? Great advice. Would have been even better if they told me it cost $1,600 to block 2 of them. Apparently, emotional devastation is a pay-to-play sport. I'm broke, but at least Sabrina's future representation list just got shorter. Money's tight. I make 6 figures. She's doing well too. We live rent-free thanks to my dad, but thanks to this cluster, I'm financing a war with a new credit card and praying my dad's HELOC clears before the next landmine goes off. I'll refinance later, hopefully from a position of divorced and victorious, not bankrupt and bitter. My lawyer is ruthless. I gave her the recordings and she practically started rubbing her hands together like a Disney villain. She's subpoenaing the financials. Vision told me to take a photo of Mark's secret little card if I find it. Marital property rules make it fair game. Sabrina's playing checkers. We're playing 4D chess now. Oh, and the private investigator? Non-negotiable. Even with my mountain of evidence, the court likes pretty bow-tied surveillance footage over angry husband rants. Fine. I'll pay someone to catch what I already know. This nightmare is apparently running on professional difficulty mode. Meanwhile, Sabrina's love-bombing the hell out of me. Suddenly, I'm the sexiest, smartest man alive. She wants a romantic trip. She wants to have a baby. She wants forever. With whose DNA exactly? Honestly, every time she touches me, I feel like I need a shower made of fire. I'm smiling through it, playing along, for now. I hate her. I love her. I hate that I love her. I'm a walking, talking cognitive dissonance experiment. My lawyer told me to start therapy. She's right. I will, as soon as I can look in the mirror without wanting to punch something. Does this sound crazy? Am I going crazy? Because right now, crazy feels like the only thing that actually makes sense. Got an STI test a couple weeks ago. It's negative, but my doctor gave me the HPV vaccine because it wouldn't be detected by the tests. He said if I've been exposed, it could take years to show up, so he told me to check my dick for warts for the next several years. So good news, I have a new hobby now. It turns out that in my state, you can't record someone one-sidedly unless you are involved in the conversation. So the conversations between Emily and Bev and Emily and John are illegal, and I broke the law. Since I have attorney-client privilege and she's the only one I sent them to, I'm good. But I have to delete them. The emails I downloaded are still evidence, though, so we have good evidence there. I suppose the recordings served their purpose in that I know for sure about the affair. On the advice of my attorney, I hired the PI she suggested. I gave him the info for the GPS tracker on Emily's car. He said that after hearing my story, including details I didn't share here, he decided he was going to follow John rather than my wife. It didn't make sense to me at the time, but he said that it sounded like John was more into my wife than she was with him, so John would probably be the one initiating contact rather than Emily. I figured, oh well, he's the pro, not me. He assured me that he's seen cases like mine before where the spouse was not serious, but just looking for some fun on the side, and because of the withholding of attention, it causes the AP to double down on the relationship and pursue more. He said, women don't like needy men, and men don't like needy mistresses. Makes sense. On the sage advice of all of you and my lawyer, I stopped having sex with Emily. I told her there were layoffs coming at work and I was really anxious and not in the mood. I don't know why, but she seemed really frustrated by that. It's been difficult living with her and pretending. John and I get the same treatment. Well, I guess he got slightly better treatment for a while, but I'm the lucky one because I get to hear the sound, I love you, bounce off of my eardrums from that hole in the middle of her face, and John doesn't. #blessed. It used to mean so much to me to hear that. I'm so goddamn angry that she's made me hate her like this. I want to love her again so badly. My therapist says the technical term is ambivalence. Thinking about it makes me want to vomit. Valentine's Day. The PI said John left flowers and a gift at my wife's salon. The PI said when Emily came to work and saw it, she threw everything in the shared dumpster in the strip mall without even looking at it. She was pissed. My PI retrieved the gifts. It was really expensive lingerie and a dozen red roses. The gift had a Valentine's Day card. The flowers had a message note too. And there was definite proof in that note and card of the affair. They were practically love letters. Emily left the other girls at the salon and went to meet up with John. PI got it all. They met in a far corner of a hotel parking lot. The whole thing took around 45 minutes. It was an intense conversation. The PI said Emily seemed angry and shook her head no a lot. He said he thought John was trying to coax her into a room. Lots of touching. Nothing overtly sexual happened, but the PI said he's seen cases won with less, and that their body language, behavior, and the way it panned out is the kind of thing judges look for in adultery cases. It was obvious that they had a relationship. It was at that time that I got a weird I love you phone call from Emily. I remember her voice was off. It was like she was trying to check in on me. My attorney advised me to photos of Emily's appointment book for the last year or so. Emily likes using a physical calendar book to write everything down. I noticed there are appointments with John in the book too. Before, I would have just thought of them as business meetings because Emily said John was mentoring her in small business stuff. I found a Mont Blanc pen in her purse near the appointment book. I guess that's another gift from John because I sure as hell didn't buy it for her, and she always just used Bic pens before. Emily was busy with work the rest of the day and night on Valentine's Day as she had a bunch of ladies who wanted to get specially made up for Valentine's Day dates with their spouses/boyfriends. Anyway, she worked as usual on Valentine's Day. She came home tired, half-heartedly tried to initiate something, but I just pampered her because she seemed exhausted, and so I put her to bed. I didn't pamper her for her sake. I did it for me. I wanted to be a good husband so she'd somehow miss me more when I'm gone. I wanted to prove to myself that I'm not worth cheating on. Does that make sense? Maybe I'm love-bombing her in return in my own way. Is this the pick-me dance? Because I don't want her to pick me. I can't decide if I'm doing it so that it hurts her more when I'm gone, or because I know I'll miss moments like these when I leave her for the last time. The good news in this zombie shit show that my marriage has become is that the parking lot meeting and the Valentine's Day gifts were enough that, when added to the other evidence, we can finally have Emily served. We're going to have it done privately with the PI. He's also a process server and can get it done quickly. It was probably a mistake accusing her of cheating on NYE. Emily knows that something's wrong. She's staring at me. A lot. I can see it in my peripheral vision. It would be creepy if it weren't so pitiful. She keeps asking for some kind of reassurance that we're doing good, since we're not making love anymore. I keep lying to her, but I guess I'm not the great Shakespearean actor I thought I was. I just can't get over this betrayal. I wish I could. But I can't, and I never ever will. It doesn't matter that she didn't love the guy. She had his junk in her and had her mouth on it, and came home and kissed me with that mouth. For 9 months. I just hate myself for going back to her. I'd further hate myself for treating her badly because of jealousy and resentment. No one deserves being treated like a convicted felon for the rest of their lives by their spouse. Would any reasonable person want to live like that? Would that be enough for anyone? Should I be resigned to a life of policing Emily and keeping her under lock and key until she resents and hates me later on and probably cheats on me again? Either that, or I'll be an emotionally dead zombie who says, "Yes, dear," while stamping down my emotions and anxiety every time she walks out the front door. Who would love someone like that? I'm not going to live like that. That's why I'm going to ghost Emily when she gets served. The plan is to have her publicly served, to start the process of having John's credit card statements subpoenaed. Lawyers says it could take months for this to pan out. Tell Bev's husband about her complicity in Emily's affair, and to email/text Emily's dad and sister, John's wife, and some mutual friends with the news. I'll pack and leave before she regains her footing after being served with divorce papers. I plan on leaving a short note, my lawyer's business card and my wedding ring. My lawyer told me to leave a note so she doesn't have an excuse to start making trouble. I was thinking about writing, "Do you like rich sugar daddies? Yes_X_No_______." I know I won't do that though. I'll either write this long manifesto or something super short. Another infidelity poster on here wrote to her cheating SO. I know. Bye. Brevity is the soul of wit. I know myself. I know that Emily at least thinks she loves me, whatever that is. I know she'll beg and plead and cry and appeal to me in every possible way, our history, our families, our plans, everything. She'll dress up and make herself look stunning, she'll pull out all of the stops, and I'll cave. I'm not ghosting her because I'm strong. I'm ghosting her because I'm weak. I used to think it would hurt worse if she had actually fallen in love with him, but now? That would have been easier. If she didn't want me, at least I'd have my answer. Instead, she wants me, but she's already broken us beyond repair. That's worse. Brief update. Emily is going to be served at her salon tomorrow morning. Fridays and Saturdays are busier for her, so she opens earlier. The PI is meeting me at my hotel in the afternoon to show me the body cam footage. He asked if I wanted to see it, and I said yes. I don't know why, I just want to see it. I'm kind of on the fence, but leaning towards seeing it. He can't email it or post it, so he's just going to bring his laptop to my hotel room and show it to me. I'm staying at an extended stay hotel for a couple of weeks. My dad's friend has a house they're gutting to make an Airbnb out of, and it'll be livable by then, but not yet ready to be rented out. I'll stay there and do some work on it in the evenings after work and on the weekends. Nothing huge. Some drywall, painting, and laying down vinyl plank flooring. My social calendar is going to be pretty empty, and it'll get my mind off of things. Turns out, it was just the opening act. There's a private investigator on deck, legal firepower loading, and a cheating wife who's suddenly acting like June Cleaver with a credit card. Part 2, let's just say, the mask doesn't just slip, it shatters. If you want to see how deep this rabbit hole really goes, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell, because this saga's just getting started. Ted, leaving the building.